Okay. Good morning, and welcome to the Boulder Valley Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. I'm Paolo Sparti, and my pronouns are he, him, his. Service leaders today are the Baltimore Travelers, some of us folks who attended the UUA GA 2025 in June in Baltimore. Wendie Highsmith, Nancy DiLaura, Reverend Barbara, and myself, Paolo Sparti. Today, we want to bring you not a report about GA 2025, but some of the most inspiring stories from this annual gathering of several thousand Unitarian Universalists. Today's music is provided by Tad Koriath, Amy Austin, Michaela Sievers, Jen Weiler, and Jeremy Dion, and Beth Wahlberger. Today's tech team is Paula Zimmerman, Catherine Partridge, and Deborah Minch.
And a good morning to everyone. I'm Reverend Barbara, the grateful minister of this congregation. My pronouns are she and her. And as you heard today, we want to offer a small taste of how in mid-June the city of Baltimore welcomed several thousand Unitarian Universalists with open arms, as well as several hundred people online. Whether you're an old-timer or a newcomer here, welcome to our Taste of General Assembly. Welcome. Welcome to this community. You are beloved. You are welcome here in this community we create this morning. Whether tears have fallen from your eyes this week, or gleeful laughter has spilled from your smiling mouth, you are welcome here. Whether you have unvocalized stories buried deep inside, or stories forced beyond the edge of comfort, whether you have made promises, broken promises, renewed promises, you are welcome here. In all the ways you experience and express gender, in the beauty that is who you love and how you love, you are welcome here. In all the ways you make your living and all the places you are from, you are welcome here. In this space of welcome and acceptance, commitment and widening, covenant and connection, you are all welcome here. Come, my friends, let us worship together this morning and be glad.
If you are new here, we're so glad and hope that in this community, whether you're in person or virtually, you can experience the warmth and love of this congregation. Please come back a few times to really get to know us. We have many opportunities for the week for social connection and spiritual growth. Those on Zoom can check out the links in the chat to help you get connected. Those in person can stop by the welcome table in our foyer for fellowship information and our newcomer form. It's also on the QR code in the back of the hymnal. If you'd like to view a simple order of service for today's service on your phone, please scan the QR code on our screens now or click the link in the Zoom chat. Everyone on Zoom is welcome to stay for casual conversation following the service. If you are here in person today, you are welcome to social time and the volunteer fair coffee hour in the fellowship hall. If you're joining us on Zoom, we invite you to greet others in the chat. Any newcomers, we want to get to know you. Those of you in the sanctuary, please take a moment to greet your neighbor.
Again, a good morning. In the Unitarian Universalist tradition, we light our chalice, the symbol of free faith. Let us join together as Wendie Highsmith lights the chalice in the chalice lighting words for this congregation. We light this chalice for the warmth of love, the light of truth, and the energy of action. Tad's going to tell us some more about our opening hymn.
Yes, song leaders, come on up, and everybody. So these three songs, our new hymns today, are all being taken from a new resource that's been made available to UU music leaders and service leaders. It's called Sing Out Love. It's a new online virtual hymnal. It's a very cool resource in many ways. Lots of new music for us to sing. You know, I have to say, there's lots of great stuff in the gray hymnal and the teal hymnal, but we've really sang the heck out of all those songs, you know. We've gotten a lot of good mileage out of those. So we are grateful to have this new resource of music. And it's going to be, so we pay a subscription fee to it, to have access to it. And then we can download all the music sheets that we need and all the lyrics that we need in any key that we want, which is cool. And it's going to be continually updated. So it's like an open-ended document. As new songs are written, new things are submitted, we're going to have a continual stream of new music to bring to the fellowship. So we're very excited about that. So this one is This Boat. And it's from the new virtual hymnal, so I would ask us to rise in body or spirit and come in bravely and confidently on the chorus.
This boat is steady, this boat is sure. When you're ready, climb aboard. When you're ready, grab an oar. This boat will carry us to the farthest shore.
One more time.
This boat is steady, this boat is sure. When you're ready, climb aboard. Shore. We all know hardship, we all know pain, but nothing ventured means nothing gained, and every rainbow needs a rain. You're not alone, try again. This boat is steady, this boat is sure.
more time.
This boat is steady, this boat is sure. When you're ready, climb aboard. When you're ready, grab that oar. This boat will carry us to the farthest shore. This boat will carry us to the farthest shore.
Yeah.
I'd like to let everyone know that we have the Joys and Concerns book available to write in this morning. However, we will not be speaking them aloud during this very full service. Each week, we remind ourselves of the abundance of this community by giving half of our collection to organizations that share our values. This week, half our offering plate goes to FISH, Fellowship in Serving Humanity, Broomfield's Food Bank and Family Resource Center. FISH provides a food pantry, financial and housing resources, utility support, and mentoring to help people become more self-sufficient. FISH helped more than 13,000 Broomfield residents in 2024. You may donate food at their marketplace, including homegrown vegetables. Non-perishables can be collected at any Broomfield King Soopers, and your generosity is always appreciated. You can text your donation at the number on the screen, or if you're at the fellowship today, you can place a donation in the offering plate as it passes. For the work of this fellowship and the work of FISH, we dedicate these offerings.
And think we're going to do some more singing together,
Yeah.
right, Tad?
We sure are. I forgot. Here we go. Let's singers come on back up. All right. Where is that? This is a beautiful song. We will carry each other. Please rise in body or spirit. Let's sing together. Again, our song leaders will sing the verses, and then we'll come in on the chorus.
I am looking for shelter in a friend. We can build a beginning, but I do not know the end. I am scared of breaking when I bend. We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. There are prayers I don't know how to say, but I still find solace when I close my eyes to pray. What I've lost and what I hope can stay.
Everyone.
We will carry each other on the way. My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. There are full and I am running out. I am flooding river and I'm living through the drought. I have firm conviction and my heart is full of doubt.
We will carry each other on the way.
My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer.
My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way. There are people I have never met. There is something special, and I haven't found it yet. There's abundance given freely, taken with no debt. We will carry each other on the way.
My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way.
One more time.
My courage is your courage when the journey is only getting longer. My strength is your strength. We will carry each other on the way.
My friends, before we tell you some more about General Assembly, I just want to point out we're probably going to begin to use that hymn we just sang as one of our pastoral responses. So you'll be hearing it more in the service. And just a teaser for next Sunday. Next Sunday's service is about pastoral care in this community. And I want to affirm next Sunday we will catch up on the joys and sorrows that haven't been named for several weeks. Also, just to be sure everyone understands, the book is available during the week. You can add in the book, even if you're not going to be here on a Sunday. So rest assured, we're not ignoring or dismissing. We will present all that in the context of the pastoral care service next Sunday. Now, for a word about General Assembly, otherwise known as GA 2025. Today's service could not be, and is not, and won't be, a complete report about General Assembly because it was 4 days long, many people there. Instead, we each bring you some of our personal highlights, a taste of GA, and why GA matters. Nancy and Wendie and Paolo and myself will engage everyone toward the end of the service in a very short sample of the primary workshop in General Assembly. It's called Meet the Moment. So there's time for, we want to talk to you for a bit, and then we're going to involve you in some of the covenant making and moment making that we experienced at General Assembly. A few brief notes about GA for established members as well as for newcomers. The Unitarian Universalist Association, the UUA, is an association of over 1,000 individual congregations. Now, I expect many of you know from other organizations there's value in individual local groups coming together in larger assemblies. From their founding, our two ancestral denominations, the Unitarians and the Universalists, which merged in 1961, have held a variety of regional and national gatherings. Our Universalists first assembled in 1793 in Oxford, Massachusetts. Universalism was centered in New England, and it was reported for a while to be the 5th or the 6th largest denomination in the country. Unitarians first assembled in 1825, but national assemblies didn't really take hold in earnest until 1865. That is just when the Civil War ended, as Unitarians, more than Universalists, expanded into the Midwest. GA 2025 was in Baltimore intentionally to recognize the founding location of the American Unitarian Association. The purposes of GA today are varied, and they include conducting the official business of the UUA. Now, I invite you to keep your eyes open for the next issue or so of Connections. Nancy DiLaura, in particular, will be telling you about some of the business that was conducted during GA. We want to send out a fairly detailed report and also some information about the workshop Meet the Moment. So keep your eyes open. We don't know quite yet how that's coming out, but it may be a special Connections. We also come together in General Assembly for theological reflection and recognition of religious professionals in various worship services. And of course, we are out exercising social justice in the public sphere. And of central importance is the sheer fun of seeing old friends and making new acquaintances. Modern GA locates in cities with convention centers which can accommodate the 2,000 to 4,000 UUs who attend. And I'm pointing out not only the numbers, but that they can manage 4,000 UUs in their city. During pandemic, GA, of course, had to go to a quick pivot to go online, and now we alternate between in-person and multi-platform every other year. I started attending GA back in 1998, and for so many reasons, I keep coming back. Wendie and Paolo, I wonder if you'd explain a bit about why you went to General Assembly this year.
Good morning. I'm Wendie Highsmith. My pronouns are she and her. I've been going to General Assembly 15 times, starting in 1983. Were you even born yet?
I was too.
That year, Jim and our daughter went west to see all of the national parks. I peeled off and headed to General Assembly in Charlotte. I walked in and saw thousands of Unitarian Universalists, every shape, every size, every color, every gender. So many voices, so many perspectives, respectfully shared. I thought, this is it. This is what UU is all about. Then came the curveball. There was controversy. A first female candidate for the UUA presidency lost. Tension was already in the air when the Jefferson district in which GA was held decided to sponsor a Thomas Jefferson ball. Everyone was encouraged to wear colonial costumes. But Jefferson was a slave owner, as you remember. Our black UUs asked, what are we supposed to wear? Rags? The protests erupted, the voices raised, the electricity in the air was palatable, the ball was shut down. And I thought, wait, this isn't what I thought UU was all about. Fast forward 20 plus years of GAs from coast to coast, Boston GA filled the Fleet Center with 5,000 of us. Can you imagine? But what stays with me is what happened in 2013, back in Charlotte again. A workshop was held for those of us who remembered the Jefferson Ball incident. It was raw, honest, emotional. People spoke, others listened, anger, hurt, but healing too. The UUA didn't hide from the pain. It responded. And in that moment I thought, yes, this feels like my faith. This feels like why I go to GA. If you've never been to GA, try it. I urge you to. 2026 will be online and more accessible and more affordable. If you really want to look ahead, GA will be held in San Jose, California in 2027. Make it a priority to be there in person. I am. So Paolo, this was your first one. Your picture was a little different than mine.
My first experience about GA was a lot of nerves. I had to arrange hotels and transportation in a city that I'd never been to before, something I haven't done very much in my life. And I flew out before anyone I knew. I don't get the opportunity to travel very much, and never alone. My first day was filled with rain, forgotten items, including my umbrella, and some tense moments. Finding the harbor, quite by accident, was a grounding and precious moment. Once ministry days got underway, things brightened up considerably. People I knew began trickling into town, and I began to meet and mingle with people who had just been names and emails up until that point. I got recognized as a brand new member of the UUMA, or the Unitarian Universalist Ministers Association. You are allowed to join as a seminarian. I got resources from other trans and non-binary ministers and seminarians. I met intern Michael DeSantis, who you may know through their work with UUCB, Jefferson, and they will be interning at First Universalist this year. As ministry days ended and GA started in earnest, I learned some really cool things, like getting to know important transgender UUs, and I ran into some old friends. So why should we go to GA? Because it's where we get to shape our evolving religion, and it's connected me to something bigger. And because we need one another. GA 2026 is virtual, and there won't be any need for packing, flights, hotels, rooms, or getting lost in strange cities. All of the programming will be available right from your computer screen. And since most of my Meet the Moment workshops were virtual this year, I came home with some great ideas about how we can bring virtual to in-person. And you will get to experience shaping our future and the plethora of people that make up this tradition.
Okay. I'm going to take just a moment and tell you about the workshop that I chose to attend at GA, because there are hundreds. Right. And I'm going to talk about my favorite. Every GA has its highs and lows, moments that are charged with possibility. The banner parade, the service of the living tradition, the Ware lecture, the big, bold Sunday service with the music and the speakers. This year, something grabbed me from our program book. Take a look at this sometime. It'll blow your mind. I was flipping through this book when I saw two sessions from the UU congregation of Annapolis, Maryland. One by their director of membership engagement, Laura Schrank. Another by their minister, Reverend John Crestwell. I had heard Reverend John at the 2012 GA in Phoenix. His words stuck with me. How, as a mainline Protestant, he found his spiritual home and his voice in Unitarian Universalism. I went to Laura's session. What I learned knocked my socks off. Annapolis, home to the U.S. Naval Academy, isn't exactly a bastion of progressive religion. Yet their U congregation is thriving, 504 members strong, 188 of them joining in just 3 years. Yes, Reverend John's powerful preaching was drawing people in, but what was the secret behind that? It was radical hospitality. There we go. Laura, a 25-hour paid professional, and her team have a mantra. Everyone at UUCA is on the welcome team. That would mean all of us. Their philosophy is simple. The first 7 minutes shape a person's entire experience. So they start early, greeters in the parking lot. Smiles before you hit the door, a human hello before the hymn. But it doesn't stop at greetings. Each Sunday, attendees get a yellow card, a pulse check. This is everybody, not just the visitors, everybody. How are you doing today? Laura and her assistant read every single card. They act on them. Someone needs a call, they call. A note, they write. A visit, they go. No one slips through the cracks. No one is forgotten. It's simple and sacred, and it works. That session gave me a glimpse of what is possible when we think about beyond welcome and start living it as a spiritual practice. So I think we move on here to Reverend Barbara.
I have some favorite moments. Could I tell the congregation about them?
Please do.
Okay. I knew this was one of Wendie's favorite moments. She talked about this workshop constantly after she'd been attending. It really made an impression on her. I have 2 favorite moments I'd like to tell you about. Each year, the General Assembly Planning Committee invites a distinguished speaker to present the Ware lecture, and that word Ware is W-A-R-E. It's named after Reverend Henry Ware, who was a professor of theology around 1805 at Harvard University. He was the first liberal to be invited into the faculty and began Harvard Harvard's habit and culture of being a Unitarian seminary. It's a high honor to be invited as Ware Lecturer. Previous lecturers have been Martin Luther King, Mary Oliver, Kurt Vonnegut Jr., Van Jones, Winona LaDuke. This year's Ware Lecturer was Amara Jones. Amara Jones offered for me an incredibly powerful talk. She is founder of Trans-Lash Media. In her words, a cross-platform journalism, personal storytelling, and narrative project aimed at shifting the culture of hostility toward gender-conforming people, non-conforming people in the United States. Now, while I thought I hadn't heard of her, when she appeared, I realized how I've been impressed by her and engaged with her interviews on that source of all matter theological for me, MSNBC. I've heard her many times on that news program, and her portfolio includes connections with many, many other media. She was adept at identifying components of American culture which broadly countered DEI, and specifically which attacked transgender persons and the transgender community. She offered searing critique of how the political right uses transgender topics and persons as wedge issues in our increasingly divided American culture, in their long and calculated dance of discrimination and oppression. Now, my friends, it appears that the Ware lectures are not yet available in total. When it is available, and I hope it will be for, at least for us who have been delegates, I strongly recommend this congregation watch the entire lecture and engage in conversation afterwards. I predict it will invite deep conversation, enlightenment, and hopefully some healing. Amara Jones, do your own searching on the web. Much material out there. My second favorite activity. Each year, 2 days of professional development for religious professionals before General Assembly are called ministry days. Paolo has already referred to them. This includes a chance to sing in a minister's choir for 2 worship services, which are led by the UUA and the UU Ministers Association staff and other leaders. One of these services that we sing for is the Service of the Living Tradition, which recognizes religious professionals in their advancement in stages of development, as well as, sadly, we acknowledge the passing of colleagues of the past year. This year, the choir included about 100 singers. It's something I and many of my colleagues look forward to, since we may not have enough time for music making during the daily work of ministry. This year, I especially enjoyed singing in the choir and learning new repertoire because we had a chance to work with a great music director, Jen Heyman. So I want to show you a very short example of the joy I experienced singing in the 2025 Ministers Choir, one of our opening hymns, This Joy That I Have, which was led by the resident vocal group called Beheld, and featured also us ministers. And by the way, just a note, you're going to see several women in brightly colored dresses. Many are strapless, and many are fairly short. These are not the ministers. This is the vocal group Beheld. I just want to make that clear. Let's have a taste of the Ministers Choir.
Oh, this joy that I have, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it. The world didn't take it away. Oh, this strength that I have. This strength that I have.
an amazing choir director.
Good morning. I'm Nancy DiLaura. My pronouns are she, her. I went to General Assembly knowing that the theme was Meet the Moment. But what I soon learned is that it's more than a theme. It's a framework for UUs to engage in big picture conversations about how we can harness our courage, grow our skills, and implement values-based responses to be of the most impact in these unprecedented times. The seeds for the framework were planted in the fall of 2024 among UUA staff, and they began to sprout this past spring as cohorts of leading thinkers and innovators across the faith came together to dig deeply into a range of issues facing UUism. Their work became the anchor for programming at GA. Attendees could choose from a range of topic-based sessions, all organized to address these three questions. 1, what is the moment we are in? What characteristics, realities, and trends are shaping the world around us? 2, what are the most urgent needs and important opportunities of this moment? 3, what do our shared values call us to do in response? Together with fellow UUs, we asked these questions and dipped our toes into the possibilities of response. For instance, I went to sessions on UU future strategies. Wendie attended a Meet the Moment series on conflict and transformation. But the work isn't meant to end with GA. Going forward, the UUA will continue to convene groups to develop a shared analysis and understanding on issues that in turn turn into collaborative action. These conversations might take place within congregations, at state and national level meetings, or within the UU executive team. Stay tuned for opportunities to become involved. But we thought that we could jumpstart a conversation here at BVUUF by asking those of you here in the sanctuary and on Zoom to consider the first of these three questions. What is the moment we are in and in the wider world? To help set the stage, here are a few comments from Reverend Kirsten Omblett, Meet the Moment Project Manager.
Families. Friends, the practice of really facing the our nations, our faith, and probably your congregation too. But as the great Black American cultural critic and philosopher James Baldwin said, not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced. When we do the collective work of discernment about the realities of this moment, we give each other strength and permission to actually face into it. Unitarian Universalist communities are places where we can do this together and not on our own, which allow us to know a more full, more detailed truth about this moment and to hold each other as we fully face into it.
Some of you may remember that Reverend Kirsten Humblett Allen was ordained by some of us over at Jefferson in Golden a few years ago. So we hope you've gotten just a little bit of a taste of this GA and the idea of the Meet the moment experiences that we had. How do we respond, all of us? We're going to take a few moments for you to ponder the question, what is the moment we are in? Faithful Zoomies, we too want you to participate. So let me tell you why you have that pen or pencil and card on your chair. I know you've been wondering. We want you to take a moment here and now and think about what is the moment we are in. I know that is huge, but narrow it down to that card if you can, and write it down. And then in just a few moments, we're going to ask you to turn and talk with your neighbor and each talk about what moment you think we are in. At the end of the service, we'll collect those cards and pens in the basket that's back there by the doors. We'll report back to you, and we will also gather the info from the Zoomies. We're asking the Zoomies to put their response in the chat. If you are interested at all in pursuing Meet the Moment further here at Boulder Valley, write yes or no on your card. We'll be taking the pulse. Does anybody have any questions? Maybe not. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. We'll ring the chime so you can exchange speakers, and at the end, we'll let you know when time is up. So let us begin to meet the moment, first with yourself, and then after about 2 minutes, turn and talk with your neighbor. Thank you. Yeah, we could have music. There we go. So now turn to your neighbor and have a chat about what is in the moment for you. We realize this is pretty broad, and for those of us who attended the Meet the Moment workshops, we had 3 days worth. So this is just a drop in the bucket, but it gives you something to think about. What is the moment we're in? Is it yourself, your home, your community, your church community? It's a lot. We know it. It may not fit on one card, and there are plenty of others around. So, if you haven't already done so, let the other person talk, or persons. I think you're good at this. You're doing good. Just a few more minutes. Thank you. And thank you, Zoomies, for your participation. Meet the Moment it's sort of mind-blowing in a way, but we appreciate your putting some words to the cards, and if you would say yes or no, if you would like to see Meet the Moment gain some traction here at the ship, and if you will put your cards and pencils at that basket in the back.
And friends, just a reminder, we offer our gratitude to this congregation. Each of us was able to go to General Assembly in part supported by the generous financial support of this congregation. So that it's clear to you where your scholarship dollars go and what they result in bringing back to the congregation these exciting activities from our national organization. Let us go out with some thoughts about the night after GA.
'Twas the night after GA, and all through the halls, the echoes of justice clung to the walls. The banners were folded, the ribbons unpinned, the warmth of connection still stirred in the wind.
We showed up in Baltimore, bold and alive, some tuned in from couches with Zoom WOVA vibes. There were signs in the street and movement online, folks sharing their stories, both poignant and fine.
Some danced by the harbor with joy and with pride, while others found spirit from deep down inside. We wore t-shirts with slogans, wore sneakers with sass, took selfies with speakers, gave motions a pass.
We belted out hymns of our grandmother's might, while ancestors danced in the shadows of night. Ministers rushed with coffees 3 in tow, and prophets kept dropping deep truth on the go.
We'll carry it forward in covenant deep, with faith that wakes justice and dreams that don't sleep.
GA has ended, but we've just begun to meet the next moment together as one.
Let the questions still stir, let memories remain, and make hope the thread we weave through the strains.
Come next year, we'll gather again side by side, knowing we rose to the moments with love as our guide. May all this be so. We're going out with some more music.
Let's sing together one
I
more
understand
time.
we have a closing hymn, Tad. Is that right?
It is absolutely correct. We do have a closing hymn all ready to go. This is a dedication which we practiced in our in-gathering time, so if you can rise and body your spirit. This is also, of course, from our new Sing Out Love virtual hymnal. And it's a zipper song, so we'll sing Find Us Serving Peace twice, and then we'll sing Find Us Serving Hope, Find Us Serving Joy, Find Us Serving Love. So we sing through this thing 4 times. As for me, 1, 2, 1, 2.
As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. Peace for all right now.
Same thing again.
As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. As for me and my house, you will find us serving peace. Peace for all right now.
Find us serving hope.
As for me and my house, you will find
We're
us
living for
serving
hope.
hope. As for me and my house, you will find
We're
us
living for
serving hope. As
hope.
for me and my house, you will find us
We will
serving
live
hope.
for
Hope for all right now. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. As for me and my house, you will find us serving joy. Joy for all right now.
Serving love.
As for me and my house, you will find
We're
us
living
serving
for
love. As
love.
for me and my house, you will find
We're
us
living for
serving love. As
love.
for me and my house, you will
We
find us
will
serving
live for
love.
love
For all right now.
Love for all
Right now.
now.
Thank you, friends. You may be seated. And I offer my immense gratitude. Nancy, Wendie, Paolo, Tad, musicians, thank you all so much. It's been a pleasure working with you on this service. Thank you. And let's, yeah, come on. Yeah. And now, friends, we have lighted our chalice for this service. We now will extinguish the flame, but not the spirit. Let us join together in our words to extinguish. We extinguish this chalice, but not the words of love, the light of truth, nor the energy of action. These we carry in our hearts until we meet again. And friends, as the benediction for this service, let us all repeat together in body, in spirit, in joy, in love, here in the room and online, the new covenant of this congregation, the benediction as we go out well. Let us say well this covenantal covenant. We covenant to be a fellowship welcoming all. We strive to promote love, reason, and respect as we work together to build a just and compassionate world. Amen. Blessed be. I'd like to invite Nancy DiLaura, President of the Board of Trustees, for an announcement. Announcements.
Our first announcement is immediately following the service today, our volunteer fair will be held in Fellowship Hall. We would not survive without volunteers, no matter how small the help. Come and meet committee representatives and hear Grandmas for Justice and Joy sing their new song written just for today. They are great. They are great. And I think Tad has something to say about choir starting up.
It is true. I'm sure that many of you watching that video, of Reverend Barbara participating in the minister's choir just thought to yourselves, oh my gosh, that's just the most fun thing I've ever seen in my whole life. Do I have to be a minister to sing in a choir? Do I have to go to GA to sing in a choir? The answer is no. We have a very own choir here waiting for you. And it just so happens that our first rehearsal of the new season is this coming Wednesday. All are welcome. We're starting with a potluck at 6:15. If you don't want to bring any food, don't, that's fine. And then we'll start singing at 7 o'clock. And there's no audition. It's open to anybody who wants to participate in the joy of making music with a group and bringing some meaningful music to services. We sing about once a month. There's a sign-up sheet in Fellowship Hall at our little ministry days table. But if you don't want to give me your email yet, that's fine. Just show up on Wednesday and we'll find a spot for you, and we would love to have you sing with us. So that's it. With that, we're going to play a little This Boat, and you can dance your way out. Have a good morning, everybody.